Hello everybody, this is That's Your Reality with Reese. I am your host, and in today's video, manifest it all because God always says yes. And how do you know that? How do we know this? How do we know God always says yes? There are plenty of Bible verses that refer to this kind of thing, where if it were not true, I would have told you. But has God ever told you something was never not true? No, someone else did or you did. You had faith based on evidence that what you are thinking of is not true, and the evidence came about. Or you had faith that what you are thinking is true, and the evidence came about. That faith is not real faith. That faith is basically an assumption that my evidence is correct, that my understanding of something is correct. That's what that faith really is. It's faith in yourself believing something is correct. But that faith can be shaken. Faith as a knowing can't be shaken because it's just a fundamental expression of reality. We believe something works because we have evidence for it. But that faith is very unstable. Because the moment new evidence appears that contradicts what we believed, that faith can be shaken or even increased. So it's basically decreasing or increasing depending on whatever is being presented in the three-dimensional experiencing of reality, and that's perfectly fine. It's how we expand. That faith is a requirement of our own expansion. Because what we really have faith in is our understanding, not the thing itself. And the more we understand about the thing itself, the more we can expand. And it's very simple. You can do this in simple things. You put water in a kettle. You have faith that the people have understood how thermodynamics works and the electromagnetism and electricity and all those things works to boil your water. You put bread in a toaster, you have faith that the people who understand that these fundamental forces work in this way, and toast pops out. You see, you have faith that the person who understands how these fundamental laws work have understood how those laws work. But the moment they don't understand how these laws work, something happens. Something outside of what they expected to happen because of their understanding was not correct. But the laws that govern how these things work, they don't require your faith whatsoever to work in the way that they work, and that is a different faith entirely. See, that faith is based on knowing that this works the way it works, regardless of my faith in it, and that it does work the way that it works, regardless of my faith in it. Faith based on knowing is something that works regardless of your understanding of it. No amount of faith is going to stop gravity working for you. It just will. You can have faith in that. And we experience it all the time. Right? The sun's gonna rise tomorrow, gravity works the way it works, light works the way it works, electricity and magnets work the way they work. Your heart will keep pumping up until it doesn't. Oxygen will keep moving through your body, same reason. What kind of faith is that then? That is a knowing. Not based on any kind of evidential experience whatsoever. And then we go a little further. When you are imagining something, who causes you to imagine something specific or anything? You are the only cause of your own experiencing. Yes, you have transient thoughts and experiences that pop up sometimes, and we say that, well, if that didn't happen, I wouldn't have thought that. But you are the own cause of your own thinking, conscious or unconscious. It's coming from you, it's not coming from the outside circumstances. Your repetition of the imaginational experience, that definitely comes from you. So when you are reimagining something that you don't prefer or do prefer, it's always you as the cause. Even if the first time you believe you thought about it, it came from the outside circumstances and automatically popped up. But you are a creator from the very nature of yourself. So you are always going to imagine something more of whatever you are experiencing, but you are always going to be the cause. And now, knowing that you, that imagination, that is the cause of reality and your experiencing of it, where does the faith come in? It is the faith and it is the knowing that when you are imagining something, when you are consciously imagining yourself to be a certain version of yourself in a certain version of reality, that is a knowing that can't be shaken, that I know whatsoever I imagine myself to be. The only cause is me. The only cause is my own awareness to be aware of a version of myself that must simply exist. Because I wouldn't be able to contemplate something that doesn't exist. For the very simple reason, it doesn't exist. And what we consider existence is something that we can see and have evidence for, or have evidence of in our three-dimensional world, which is why we believe in our past so strongly. Because we believe that something that is here now must have come from back then. And it's a very simple continuity experience, but we are the ones creating that continuity. We create the continuity from right now. Something doesn't get to where we are. Where we are always existed, expressed backwards and forwards. So we are expressing a version of ourselves forward into what we call time, but it's really an identity being unpacked. And the apostles said unto the Lord, increase our faith, Luke 17:5. You can't. You literally cannot increase your faith, because anything that can be increased or decreased must be unstable. It can't be stable if it can be changed. That means you have perfect faith and you have perfect knowing that the only thing that causes who you say you are in and as your imagination is you. That is a knowing. No matter how much faith or faith you don't have, you know that. You know that nothing else causes you to imagine something other than you. And you know that as your imagination, you can quite literally imagine anything. And you are the cause of that imaginational expression. So what is manifesting then? See, in the Bible, Jesus asked the man at the pool of Bethesda, do you want to be healed? It's basically the same thing. Do you want to be healed? Do you want to know about manifesting? Teach me about manifesting. Why? Because the metaphysical idea of healing is the recognition of your true self. When you heal your perception, when you recognize who you are, that is healing your perception of yourself. And when you heal your perception of yourself, you can no longer be that broken version who believes itself to require something to be healed or to know itself. Because you recognize that you are everything, that you never needed anything, you never lacked anything, you never needed to be different from what already is. It doesn't mean you are stuck as what you are and you are supposed to remain as what you are. It is recognizing that you are everything, so no matter what you are, you can and always have been anything else. As everything else. That is you as I am awareness, and that awareness of and as all that is. And as that awareness, you are already everything. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to imagine anything. But you can imagine anything, so you must be one with that everything in order to imagine it. There's no past, there's no future. We have an idea of a past that we are recreating in every moment. And any past event that you are thinking of right now, you are thinking of a different version than the version you actually physically experienced. It must be, because you don't recreate the past identically to how you experience it. It's always brand new and always different. So you are never actually, one, the version you are remembering, and two, you never were the version you are remembering now, because they are separate, they are different. You are only who you are right now, remembering how you would prefer things to be, or don't prefer. There is only the right now moment projected in this very same now moment. We feel as if the past is behind us and the future is ahead of us, as if they are far away in these different directions, but in reality they are all existing right now. And you can imagine drawing a 3D box on a flat piece of paper. It gives the illusion of depth and continuity, but in reality it's all in the same flat surface. Existence is very similar. Everything is happening on the same plane of existence in the present moment. So what is manifesting then if the past, present and future all exist together? Does that? Basically you as this great I am awareness, as the localized I am awareness that you are, choosing to be aware of timelines that currently and have always existed for you, and what you are aware of is your immediately expressed expression of your own awareness. You have infinite timelines, you have infinite past, infinite future, all interchangeable, all existing, all superimposed onto the same plane, to the same place, the same non local moment of now that you can simply be aware of by contemplation. Contemplation in this is who I am now, this version, this exists, this is who I choose to be, this is who I choose to experience myself as, this is my preference, this is the identity I choose to look through these eyes as awareness. And that's what's revolving around you, what's happening around you, what's unfolding around you, around your awareness. Your physical self exists in all of those physical frames, but those physical frames are not physical to you because you are experiencing this physical frame. But you can imagine those physical identities right now and bridge the gap between them. How do you bridge the gap between them? You don't have to worry about that bit. It's already bridged, otherwise you wouldn't be able to go there in the first place as awareness. Because you can go there in the first place as awareness, you must be the cause of the bridge having been made already. It's made via thought. You bridge the gap via the thinking of your end. Otherwise, how did you get there? Have you ever contemplated how you can even get to your end version of yourself? It exists. So how do you get there? You imagine it. How do you get back? You recognize that you're still imagining and you're going back and forth between these two endpoints, the beginning and the end, and the beginning. So there must be a bridge between them, and that bridge is filled via your own higher self. Awareness is self. You give light to whatever you are consciously aware of in the moment. And when I say give light, I don't mean with the torch or light bulb, I mean just knowing. See, right now, anything you can imagine is dark to you. You know it's there, but it's not lit up. The idea of knowing you can light up all of it, that's what's being lit up at the moment. So from your point of view, the only movement that exists is your own consciousness going to end, lighting it up, and accepting this is exactly who I am now, that's what's unfolding from me. It's effortlessly going back and forth, lighting up that version and knowing that this is who I choose to be. And here's the thing, no other consciousness is actually moving because consciousness itself is everything and existing everywhere all at once. So all the lights are on. All the lights are already on, but they're dark to you because you have chosen to be unaware of them. So whatever you are being aware of is what you are acknowledging and putting the light on for yourself. All the lights are on to the great awareness. But one light's on as you. So you are basically lighting up a lit room. You're not creating anything. You're not building it from scratch. You are switching on and off a version of yourself via illuminating that experience. The light of consciousness is always on and everything exists within it, but your specific light is not illuminating all of reality at once while it is still being all of reality at once. It only illuminates what you are now considering and defining yourself to be as your desired physical experience of reality from infinity that all this exists. That is why from your point of view, you never interrupt anyone else's reality. Can't. You only ever experience the unfolding of the story that corresponds to the identity you are being aware of right now. And you hear these stories, oh no, if this person didn't get in my way, or if this person didn't do that. None of that's true. It's all an experience. You can experience somebody getting in your way or being in the way of somebody else. But all this exists as another room in the Father's house in many mansions, as the verse says. Because your imagination is the Father's house filled with many mansions that you can experience right now and right here as your very own. Because they are yours. And this is kind of the way it works, right? A very simplified picture. Just taking any kind of film strip, parallel reality timeline where a bunch of things happen. See, as the great awareness, you contain that timeline. You contain every frame in that timeline. But you are that localized, specialized one with the great awareness, one with all reality. I am awareness. And wherever you, as the green arrow, choose to focus yourself on the top, bottom, and the right-hand side, just for the moment, the green arrow is where you're choosing to focus yourself. That's reality for you. The green arrow on the right hand side is that's reality for you. The middle one is that's reality for you. Whatever you are focused on is reality for you, and the manner in which you are focusing in and as it is reality for you. But here's the thing, no matter where you are focusing, the I am awareness, the great I am awareness, is being it as well, regardless of you focusing on it or not. So the great I am awareness is always being everything. You are the one from that everything choosing what to experience yourself as that everything. And here's a little bit of a higher end picture that I took that same picture and I put it into ChatGPT and said, spruce this up for me. So the great I am and the focused I am, a model of consciousness experience. There's the great I am, infinite awareness, and there's the focused I am, which is you, that individualized awareness. You are experiencing one sequence at a time. Whatever you are lighting up, you are that focused awareness. But the great I am is always being everything simultaneously. It's being everyone simultaneously. It's being everything simultaneously. And the great I am is always everything, while you, the focused I am experiencer, as that I am, experiences one sequence of everything at a time. Both are the same awareness. Both have the same timelines. Both have the same timeline. Both have the same frames of reality. Both have it all. Both are one. So when I say both, it's one. So when I say both timelines, it's one timeline. When I say one awareness of reality, it's one. It's just one, and you are that one focused awareness. And you aren't the only focused awareness. Everyone else is a focused awareness as well, and it contains all of them, none interfering with each other, because they all have the same point of view of their point of view and their own awareness. So every person is their own focused, individualized version of I am awareness, never interfering with anything. So who do you choose to contemplate yourself as? Because you are actualizing all of reality in your own awareness. The entire thing, every possible moment of now. You are choosing which moments of now which make up an identity and life experience, and you are consciously aware of the story as yours. It may appear that things are unfolding automatically with the continuity, but what is actually happening is simply another moment of now appearing, and you are experiencing it from a particular identity. And when you choose a desired life and choose consciously to identify as the version of yourself right now, as that version, you are not as something you are not trying to force this into the physical world. You don't have to, nor can you. That's the other thing. But as something you are already being. That means the identity you are being is already revolving this expression. It's already being it. And that is the version of reality you are illuminating. And you imagine it as it's happening now because you are it now. That is what begins unfolding. That is what manifesting is. It doesn't require any prerequisites, any conditions, any circumstances, and time to have passed for you to be this thing. You are it now. There's no time passing. There's no future or past behind you. It's an illusion. So right now, I am exactly who I say I am, because the only thing it requires is recognition that this is who I am now. And moving in that assumption like the pool of Bethesda man. Get up with your mat and walk in the assumption that who I have imagined myself to be and chosen is who I am, because I am the chosen one. I'm chosen to be this version of myself, my awareness. And as that awareness, I can choose which version of myself I can be aware of. And this is exactly who I am in this moment. Because the only thing that ever moves is your consciousness, and whatever you are focused on and whatever you are being is the version of reality you are experiencing. So who do you choose to be? That's your reality. And this is rewrite your reality with this. I am yours. Thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you for the questions as always. Thank you for the comments, sharing, liking, subscribing, following, all of those things. Thank you for joining the Facebook page. Thank you for joining the TikTok page as well. Thank you for the emails. Thank you for the messenger messages, all of those things. Guys reaching out all the time, asking me stuff, and wanting to remember themselves more as awareness. Remember, you are always awareness. Start there, always. I am. I exist. I exist one with everything. What else can I be aware of? Thank you so much. Much love, much light, and I will see you all in the next one.